The broadcast of these playoff games has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the South Dakota High School Activities Association.
Hello and welcome to this afternoon's live stream broadcast of the Region 1 playoff second round here. Winner advances to the 16, round of 16. Sodak 16. We're in Webster, South Dakota, and Aberdeen Christian Knights are taking on the Warner Monarchs here today, and they're just starting our starting lineups. This is Dave Palmer, and I've got Matt Rohrbach with me, and Matt's going to give us our starting lineups here as we get going.
Yeah, this is a little bit different territory. We were talking about before the game here about how we never played here in Webster for a Region 1B district championship. So it'll be kind of fun here what this atmosphere is like. But let's start with Aberdeen Christian. They're going to start. We have not. Do you see Kaylee Block on the bench over there?
Yeah, she's starting.
So Kaylee Block is on the bench. I don't know if you tuned in on Thursday night, but she was hurt. But it looks like she's okay and she's going to start. So Kaylee Block will start at the forward spot. Backcourt's going to be Joy Rohrbach and Hannah Miller. And then they're going to round that out. Forwards, Grace Kaiser and Mallory Miller. And then we just heard the Warner Monarchs starting lineup. And it looks like they're going to go Cameron Anderson at the forward, Peyton Fisher at center, Jennifer Alman, Ava Nilsson, and Kyra Marcuson.
All right, Warner's coached by Stuart Boley and assisted by Emily Bachman, Ashley Tanner, Chad Vetter, and Tina Winter. And Knights are coached by Michael Rohrbach. And with all those assistant coaches that Warner has, we hope there's not some kind of fight.
No kidding.
They got way more personnel. We're just joking about that. But big game here for the Knights. The Knights are wearing their white. They're the home team, second highest seeded team in the region, and taking on the third highest here in Warner. So the way the seed points played out during the year is exactly how postseason has played out so far. So we got the 2 and the 3 seed. The Knights won this game last year. They got first time ever advanced.
They did, beating Waubay Summit. That was a good game.
To the round of 16, and so a lot on the line here. Win or go home.
Right. Yeah, they saw each other earlier this year. Knights won that one 47-23, but I expect it to be a little bit closer as this one has a little bit more meaning to it.
Yeah, that was real early in the season before Christmas. Second
like
week
the fourth game in, I believe it was.
Probably the second full week of the season, and we're just getting ready to tip it up here. Mallory Miller jumping for the Knights.
We had a little bit strange week for the 1B district regions because, they didn't play on Tuesday. It was all Thursday and Saturday, but a little bit different feel on a Saturday round 2. Here we go.
Pass inside to Miller from Rohrbach, and looks like Warner's playing a man defense, but real conscious of Mallory and not letting her.
Well, we were kind of playing guess what before the game. What is Warner going to start in? And I did not expect him to start in man.
Yeah, we were looking for some kind of junk double team.
Right.
And that may come. We'll see how this goes. One possession in. Warner with the first bucket of the game. That's Kyra
Marcuson. She's kind of that 1-2 punch that they have, Kyra Marcuson and Ava Nilsson. So they're a 1-2 punch for Warner, and Christian Knights are going to have to find them. Warner on the board here early, 2-0. Well, they are doing front and back side here with it's kind of.
Oh, nice pass from Miller to Grace Kaiser, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2.
That sure didn't look like a man possession right there. That looked like a little bit of a junk. So
we'll haven't seen a lot of it yet. We'll see what they're doing, how they're doubling Malley.
I kind of assumed that they were going to start in a little bit of a triangle, some type of triangle zone, so they could front and backside her. But I tell you what, if that is the case, Kaiser and Hannah Miller, they're going to have to be aggressive on the block on the opposite side.
Kaiser's second shot's missed, but Mallory cleans it up, and the Knights will have another possession, trailing 2-1 here early 1 minute into the start of this contest.
Yeah, there's that backside block we
Pass
just
over
talked
the
about.
top to Kaiser.
There's Kaiser.
That's good.
Yeah, nice pass there from Hannah Miller. She sees the floor pretty well. She can kind of get right around that three-point elbow area. She's going to be tough.
Knights are putting on some pressure here. Little 2-2-1 trap. They've been doing this the last few games.
A little bit unlucky there if you're Warner. It looked like Anderson had a layup there, but they are going to get a foul call on Mr. DeSpiegler must have missed the number. Refs are going to talk about it. Looks like Chloe Bosma is going to be checking into the ball game here. I'm wondering if maybe blocks hobbling a little bit. And they do get the foul on. Yeah, Block does go to the bench. Yep, and the foul was on Kaylee Block, so we touched on it a little bit, but she got hurt Thursday night. She didn't play the whole second half.
Her ankle a little bit.
Well, just to show you how diverse Mr. Palmer is right next to me, he had to tape the ankle of Miss Block, so he's not just a commentator.
I said earlier in the season when the Knights played Wabash Summit, their coach is a farmer. I said farmers have to be able to do everything. Doesn't mean you're good at it, but you can do everything.
Well, they just got Mallory Miller for a 3-second call there, so good defensive possession from the Monarchs.
Which you don't call that very often anymore, a 3-second call. If they do, you're definitely using that lane as to your advantage and staying in there too long.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised to see that one called because she is being fronted and with backside help. So, it's not like she's really getting an advantage.
Yeah,
but
almost being held inside where you can't get out of there.
Right. Here's Amon with the ball up top.
Knights are leading 3-2
Yep, so they're
early in this start of this game.
Yeah, Knights, they're showing that 1-2-2 pressure, but when they're back in man here, they're really showing a lot of.
Rohrbach all over the floor after that, and she forces a turnover.
Yeah.
Goes to the floor, and somehow it went off the Warner player, and Knights will retain possession or take over possession.
I kind of expected Rohrbach to be on Nielsen because she's their best scorer, but she's been following around Markuson here early on this game. Nice pass. Oh, wow.
Nice pass to Kaiser, but her shot is sent flying out of there.
Nielsen said no.
And Miller will turn it over.
Yeah, Peyton Fisher getting on the floor.
Miller turn it over, and there's a jump ball called out at the center stripe, and the possession arrow is Warner, so they'll take over. That'll be a turnover for the Knights. We're 5:48 left here in the first quarter.
This is kind of what we expected. A slow start to the game. Points are going to be at a premium in the first quarter. Both teams going to have to settle in a little bit. Obviously, it's a winner go home.
The key for the Knights is how do they get Hannah Miller involved?
Right, yeah. Can she get to that free throw line area and be effective is no doubt.
There's a long three for Warner, and they'll take the lead 5-3 with that bucket.
Yeah, they're going to need to hit some shots because I don't think Christian's really going to be wanting to extend on the three-point line as much.
Miller for a three from top of the key, and it's off.
More than capable of shooting that there. A little bit quick shot, but she's been their best three-point shooter this year. Mallory Miller, that is. Amon, same spot.
Warner's being the aggressor here on offense, but that shot's off. Rohrbach with the rebound, and she quickly up the floor here. Finds Kaiser cross court. A lot of contact, no call. Mallory with a putback, and they call a foul there. Mallory will go to the line to shoot two, Mallory Miller.
Yeah, she's so tough to block out. Especially on a fast break when you're not really set up in your defense. And Grace Kaiser missed that one over the rim, so kind of a pass almost to Mallory Miller. That's the first foul on Cameron Anderson, so keep an eye on that. She's going to be primarily the one that I would assume would be banging with Mallory Miller down low.
Both teams with 2 fouls here early in this first quarter. We're at 4:49. Miller's second shot is off. That'll trim the lead. 5-4, Warner lead with the ball.
Lauren Markuson just checking into the
pass
ball game.
inside.
Nice pass.
Nice drive. That'll pull a timeout from Coach Rohrbach. Warner leading 7-4. Looks like a full timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back in a minute.
High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in South Dakota knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? South Dakota needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
Knights turn it over as we come out of that timeout against that Warner press.
Yeah, Warner jumped into a little diamond press there. Both teams kind of showing that 1-2-1-1 press so far early in this game.
Penetration from the Monarchs, and they turn it over. They're looking inside.
Oh, nice
Quick
pass.
pass ahead to Miller, and they'll turn it over.
Yeah, nowhere for Lauren Marcuson to go on that baseline drive, but Knights unable to capitalize on the other end.
You know, I think one thing we're seeing so far is referees have kind of called some inconsistent contact. They're letting a lot of contact go, and girls just kind of have to learn to adapt to that here quickly and can't assume you're going to get a call every time there's a little bump.
Nice board from Anderson there. Tipped away by Mallory Miller. Rohrbach comes up with it, trying to push the tempo, but kind of lost the ball on two different occasions. Here's Hannah.
Pass inside
Ooh.
to Miller, from Miller to Miller, and the Knights turn it over again.
Tough to tell. I thought that was right on that right hand of Mallory Miller, but maybe it was a little bit too tall or too far out there for her there.
Might have been deflected just a hair first, too. Who knows? And then off of Miller.
Yeah, we're a ways up here, so it's tough to tell. It's not as good of a view as the arena.
Yeah, we're a little farther away. Warner with the ball. They'll work it in this half-court set.
Yeah, Warner's been shuffling here quickly. They've played 8 people so far. Kaya Koch just checked into the ball game.
Miller with a steal. She brings it up quickly ahead to Kaiser. Cross-court pass, and her shot is up and good.
Jordan Jensen also checked in for the Monarchs.
Warner with
All
a
the way.
7-6 lead.
Woo.
Ball's blocked by Miller, and she taps it off the Warner player, and looks like it stays here. It looked like she tapped it off.
My
Go the
guess,
other way.
I thought Mallory was on the line when she
Yeah.
touched it that last time, but
I think it did go off the Warner player, but
Yeah, I think you're
Mallory
right.
must have been out of bounds when she touched
I
that.
believe so. Hannah Miller's going to get her first break of the ball game. Kaylee Block back in.
Block and Bosma in for the Knights.
Warner being pretty methodical here. They're really trying to use the shot clock and take advantage of Mallory Miller over helping, it looks like so far.
You know, the Aberdeen Christian program does not have a lot of experience in these type of
No.
situations as opposed to Warner. They've
Right.
several state titles and just kind of been a fixture under Coach Boley the last 10 years in the state tournament, so they've got a lot of postseason experience.
Well, and I mean, I guarantee you these girls, too, have been in the crowds for all those really good Warner girls teams, and that does matter for something. They're used to winning games like this.
Well, Knights deep into the 10-second count, and they throw it ahead and turn it over. Kylie's just not quite there with her feet underneath her with that sprained ankle. Knights trail 7-6. We're 2:42 left in this first quarter. Warner will set up in their half-court set against the Christians man.
That diamond press is giving Christian a little bit of fits here so far to start this game.
Nice.
Marcuson.
Nice hanging jump shot.
Yeah, that's Kyra Marcus. That's her 4th point of the ball game so far. She was one of the persons that we kind of headlined here to start this game.
Knights yet to really haven't
Haven't had a great possession, have they?
Haven't
No.
taken a three and kind of scored in either in transition or off a second shot.
I believe they have 5 turnovers to start this first quarter. So not how Coach Rohrbach really dialed it up here to start this game.
You know, maybe a little hangover yet from that Roncalli loss last
Yeah.
week.
And they didn't really play a very tough one against Loyola Frederick, unfortunately. So kind of different territory here for the Knights.
Block with a long three, a little bit short.
Yep.
Miller over the top, picks up a foul. Kind of a silly foul there.
Yeah, I
And
mean, She's not in foul trouble, but you'd like to go into the second quarter without a dumb foul like that, unfortunately.
Warner with a 9-6 lead. Just inside 2 minutes left in this first quarter.
Sure kind of looks like points are going to be at a premium here as both teams really not taking care of the ball and getting good looks yet.
No.
As we speak, there's another turnover. Both teams, I believe, have 5. Warner's got 5, and Christian also has 5 turnovers.
Yeah, this Christian team just needs to get into have a couple good offensive possessions here. Get some confidence back.
I don't think they were expected to be pressed here because Warner didn't show any press the first time they played, but it's working so far. Credit Coach Boley. Good split there from Rohrbach.
Miller with a long 3, and that's way off the mark.
She's been long on both of them so far. Maybe a little amped up to play this game.
Yeah, quick shot from Warner over the top. Miller's good defense and quickly ahead 3-on-3. Miller's wild shot. It's an air ball, and Warner will take over.
Yeah, Anderson and Miller kind of just went back to back there with both kind of a little bit wild shots.
Both teams pushing tempo, going quickly up the floor here. Knights need a good possession here where they work it for what they want.
They
inside a minute here now, this last minute of this first quarter.
Yeah, they're playing man, but they're really conscious, obviously, of Mallory Miller. I'd like to see Hannah try to get it at the top of the key or something like that.
Rohrbach with a 3, and that's off, but Bosma cleans it up. Miller on the opposite side, 3 is off, and Miller's going to pick up another foul. Matt Miller with her second foul.
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about that about a minute ago. You know, you don't pick up that first one. That one's not as big of a deal, but here now she's got 2 going into this end of this first quarter.
And she'll check out here this last 39 seconds of this first quarter. So Miller with 2. Aberdeen Christian with 14 fouls.
We saw this with the Aberdeen Christian boys last year. You know, they put down Waverly South Shore by 30, and then they came and played Waverly South Shore at the Arena Districts.
And really struggled. There's a long 3.
Yeah, Ava Nielsen getting in the books.
Nielsen?
Yeah.
And that doubles the lead to 6. Little bump foul there as the Knights bring it up the side. Hannah Miller's fouled, and they'll have an out-of-bounds play here with 20 seconds left.
Well, they don't have Mallory Miller here to kind of lob it to, so I'm interested to see what the Knights have called. Maybe they just get it in and go for 1.
Yeah, what would you do? Go for 1?
I think I would go. I mean, your defense hasn't played, very good so far, so you might want to pull it out and at least get the last shot.
And instead they turn it over. Knights feeling that Monarch pressure.
Yeah, credit Monarchs. They're not coming out afraid right now. You know, they don't care what happened in the regular season. This is a different ball game right here.
We anticipated it would be slow from the get-go. So 6 points is pretty slow in the first quarter. Knights trail 12-6. Long 3 from Nielsen is off. And Miller won't get a shot off before the buzzer. We'll go to the end of this first quarter with Warner jumping out to a 12-6 lead here at the Webster Auditorium.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
We're back. Start of the second quarter of this game between Aberdeen Christian and Warner. Warner leading 12-6. Mallory Miller back in the game with her 2 fouls. We'll have to keep an eye on that situation. Miller yet to have a real good look in the paint tonight. She's missed a couple of threes. There's going to be one. Nice reverse. Pass from her sister, Hannah, to Mallory, and she's on the board.
Yeah, nice little set there from the Knights to start out the second quarter. Honestly, the difference in the ball game was Warner hit 2 threes in that quarter, and Aberdeen Christian was 0 for 5.
Hannah kind of gamble there over the top, or Mallory over the top, and tips it away. But end result is a turnover.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of, well, they're going to get a
we're
little
going to get
foul
an
here.
offensive or a screening foul.
Yeah, I don't think Almond knew that screen was coming, kind of just trucked her. But honestly, the storyline of the game so far is Mallory Miller going to pick up her 3rd foul in the second quarter? I mean, that's you got to think that Coach Bully talked to whoever she's guarding, go up, get her in the air, and see if you can draw that 3rd foul.
Yeah, so far Warner has executed their plan a little better than the Knights here to start the game, and especially on offense. There's a pass over the top that's a little short, and the Knights will turn it over. Warner quickly ahead.
Yeah, that's turnover number 6 for the Knights.
Shot up around Miller, and not much she can do now with 2.
Yeah, like we talked about, I mean, Lauren Markinson just kind of waltzes into the lane there. Nobody's even on her, and Mallory can't pick up her 3rd foul, so good move there from the Monarchs. They're going to attack her. I mean, you know that. They're going to want to get her out of the game.
Right now she's triple teamed.
Yeah, they're doing a really nice job of rotating because it is man.
Rohrbach's 3 is off, but Block's there on the other side to pick it off, and she's fouled as she puts that rebound attempt back up, and she'll go to the line for 2. Knights trail by 6, 14-8.
Yeah, Bully not happy with that one. You know, they force a long 3-pointer, and they don't board on the other side.
Block's free throw rattles in. Bosma also checks in for Kaiser.
Yeah, good for Block to get into the scoring column. She left the game early in the second quarter, obviously on Thursday, so good to good for her confidence to see one go at least.
Boy, and the Knights get the rebound.
Another offensive board.
Miller shots blocked a little bit.
Gonna get a jump ball here.
Get a jump ball, and it'll be the Monarch ball. Lucky to get another shot there. Boy, you just got every time Miller's around the ball, you kind of
hold your breath. You just never know. She's got to be real careful here.
Don't want her to see her get her that 3rd one this early. Warner
good
working the
possession
ball.
here. Yeah, they're really working it.
Get a quick baseline shot there, and Bosma can't handle it. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Warner. Warner has 5 team fouls. Aberdeen Christian has 4.
Interested to see kind of how legs are going to play a factor here. Warner playing about 8 girls right now, and they're shuffling pretty quick. Here's Anderson on, and they're going to get Kaylee Block there on that foul.
That definitely go to the post, see if they can't pick that 3rd foul up. But
yeah, that you could tell they clearly talked about that at the end of the first quarter. They're going to go at her every time. Anderson's
first shot's up and good. Stretches that lead back to 6. Chance for their biggest lead here to go up 7 with this free throw.
A little bit different pressure here, but pressure nonetheless.
Yeah, straight man pressure.
Here's Hannah at that free throw line like we talked about.
Well, she catches it, and before she can do anything, she's fouled, and that's Warner's 5th foul already. 6th foul already, so the Knights will be in the bonus the rest of this half.
Lauren Markinson's going to pick up her first. Nice play.
Oh, nice play inside, and Hannah Miller scores.
Yeah, I guess, they're going to go with Mallory Miller there. You have to, and nobody helped on the backside.
Best way to open up your offense sometimes is with an out-of-bounds play. Steal a bucket. Knights just did that. There's a 3 from top of the key.
That's her second. Ava Nielsen.
Is good by Nielsen, and they open up an 8-point lead. Well, that's what, third 3?
Yeah, I believe that's their 3rd 3 of the ball game.
Pass over the top to Block. She just can kind of tell she's not comfortable. Knights will turn it over.
Knights are really out of sync here, just kind of missing that final product in their half-court sets right now. Kaiser checking into the ball game. Yeah, I mean, the big difference, they got 3 threes right now. Monarchs do, and Knights have not hit one.
Well, that's been the difference in this game.
Both teams, I would say, have equal amount of turnovers, and foul counts equal, just Knights have not been able to get any threes to go.
Jump ball on the floor. Coach Bully was screaming for a timeout, but he didn't get one, and jump ball possession will go back to the Knights here.
Yeah, I love that. It's really frustrating to be on the other side of that, if they do get the timeout there.
You're asking a lot of that, the ref to give him a timeout when he can't. He doesn't
Looking
know
for
if they have possession.
Yep, nice pass.
Nice pass inside from Miller to Bosma. Good offense, and that'll trim the lead back to 6.
Yeah.
That's one of their better possessions tonight.
Absolutely. They haven't had many, but Hannah's got a couple assists here now, so right around that free throw line area like we've talked about.
Oh, I shot up on off the glass. It's good for Warner, and they just like that answer right back.
Yeah, Lauren Markinson really, she got 6 points right now. She didn't even start the ball game. Credit to her. She's been ready to score here when her name was called upon. Got to be aggressive there. You're one-on-one.
The baseline.
Here's Miller, triple team.
Miller's going to pick up an offensive foul.
Yep. Markinson was just kind of sitting there waiting for it. I think Hannah's just got to realize that possession was over for her. Kick it to the corner.
Warner leading by 8 points, 21-13, kind of a low-scoring first half for the Knights especially.
Yeah, Monarch crowd is alive and well right now, and
sensing an upset.
Yeah, Christian section's really quiet. There's now a whole lot of energy and excitement on this Knights sideline right now, so they're going to have to kind of change that a little bit right now.
That'll be a turnover from – no, I guess not. Stays here.
I thought he pointed sure looked like she kicked it out of bounds. And I think the referees are going to get together and change that one. Yeah, it sure looked like she kicked it. Lauren Markusen, I believe that was.
Okay.
Yep.
After the conference, they changed that call. And
Mr. Deutsch coming in.
Is that a kick?
Yeah, well,
or
since there was no intentional kick there, I believe it was just out of bounds on her.
Well, Knights will have to work this ball and get a great shot.
Yeah, Miller's definitely going to want to start kind of being aggressive here, but she hasn't really gotten in good spots.
Monarchs are being really aggressive, and it's resulted in a lot of foul calls here. That's their 7th team foul.
Kind of like we saw last night. Groton was kind of the aggressors defensively. They had the quickness advantage. I mean, you can tell right now the Monarchs definitely have the quickness advantage over the Knights.
They are, and they're playing with momentum.
Boy, Mallory could have picked up her third there. She's got to be careful.
There's a steal by Hannah Miller, and she's going to go coast to coast and lay it in off the glass.
Momentum change right there. They had a chance to go up double digits, but instead it's down to 6.
6-point lead. There's 3:25 left in this second quarter. See what the Knights can do. Can they get a little rally going here? Every time they've made a bucket or two, they've answered right back.
Yeah, they have. Jeepers, Mallory's got to be careful.
And shots off the glass, and Mallory Miller cleans it up.
Boy,
Knights will go the other way.
Within 6 here, I'm pretty sure I can read Coach Rohrbach's mind. He's got to be thinking, do I get Mallory a sub here?
There's a nice back cut to Kaiser, but her shot is swatted
Ava
away.
Nielsen came out of nowhere to put that. That's her second rejection.
And boy, Warner is not fooling around. They're getting up the court quickly, but they turn it over.
They feel like they have the quickness advantage, and they are working to get up the floor on both ends.
Nice pass to Bosma from Rohrbach, and she's fouled and go for the line for 2. That's Warner's 8th foul.
Yeah, Chloe Bosma caught it there a couple possessions ago, and she really didn't do anything with it. If they're going to leave that left block open, opposite side Mallory Miller, she's got to be aggressive with that like she just was.
Bosma's shot's short. Knights trail by 6. Had a great possession that last time and ended up with a block shot, and another good possession here. Can they get something out of it? And they do on that second free throw. Coach Boley will take a timeout for Warner. Actually, both coaches were fighting over a timeout there. And then they both wanted the other guy to take it, and Warner ended.
I saw Boley pointing at him. I was like, How about
He
that?
said, "You take it.
You
No,
want it?
take
You want it? Yeah, you can have it. Well,
So
they both
Warner
got
will take
4.
a timeout.
So.
We'll just stay here. They're not through this timeout. Knights are trailing 21-16, but have had it kind of making a little offensive run here. Warner has kind of not got a great shot the last 3 or 4 possessions, but like we've been saying, every time Hannah Miller is around the ball all the time, and you just kind of like, uh-oh, here comes foul number 3.
Well, it would be devastating if Mallory Miller was to pick up her 3rd here, and that's a really tough call because you are making a run, and you really don't want to take her out. But boy, I mean, you get into that second half and she has 3. That's tough. And
you pointed that out when she picked that first one up, which was totally silly.
Just
it's
silly foul.
No big deal at the time, but well, you'd sure like to throw that one.
Oh yeah, because now she got 1. Okay, she picks up a 2nd. It's not the end of the world. But
generally, I always played post. When I play basketball, you're going to get 2 or 3 fouls just because you're there.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time.
You can't afford to pick up a dumb one.
Right. Well, we talked about the difference in the ball game. Warner's hit 3 threes, Knights nothing. And Lauren Marcuson coming into the game with 6 points off the bench is big. Knights only have 1 bench point. So
it really could be big. If the Knights ever do knock down a 3 or 2, that might
get
really
a little confidence
the
or
other
something.
Way.
Yeah, I agree. Good rotation here from the Knights.
This is kind of a key possession. Warner,
it is.
Can they answer this little rally the Knights have put on?
This is a huge 2 minutes right now.
Shots blocked by Hannah Miller. It'll stay here. Well, we pointed both ways. But it is the Knights' ball.
Honestly, this 2:17 is. I wonder if is he going to get Mallory? Nope.
Not yet. I would assume Coach Rohrbach has had a conversation that you just can't.
Oh, they're talking about on the bench.
You cannot do anything crazy. You
Right.
can't swing. You can't push.
Definitely. Well, here's a little 1-3-1 action. It looks like from the Monarchs right now, and it looks like they're going to want to trap out of this. If they get it in the right spots, they're just rotating defensively so nice right now.
Pass inside to Bosma is there, but she can't gather it, and the Knights will turn it over.
That actually looked like a pretty good look there. I think Bosma just didn't corral it, like you said.
Well, that was a missed opportunity for the Knights. We're inside 2 minutes. Warner leading by 5 points, and kind of have had the momentum for the bulk of this game, although the Knights have made a little run here.
They have. Knights have been on their heels a little bit. A little
nice
cut set up.
cut. Ball's thrown out and hit Kaiser in the back. She didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, Kaiser.
We're inside 10 seconds here on the shot clock.
Kaiser really face guarding Amon right now is a little bit surprising.
And a long 3 is off. Knights will clear it off, and they got a chance to cut this lead.
Need a good possession here. They've been, neither team has scored in a while.
Oh, and Kaiser turns it over.
Yeah, she was looking for Rohrbach on the opposite side, but just got slapped away.
Quickly ahead. Shots off, and Bosma clear, and Rohrbach will sprint the other way here, see what she can get. She's fouled.
Yeah, they're going to say no shot, but they're in the bonus. So.
Yeah, that'll be Warner's 9th team foul, so Rohrbach will go to the line trailing by 5 here with 1:07 left. Chance to cut this lead. Boy, if the Knights could be down by 2 or less, tied at half, that would be a major.
It feels like Warner's been up 10
swing
here for the last 5 minutes, but it's only a 5-point ball game if you make 1 or 2 of these free throws.
Rohrbach's first shot
There
is
it is.
nothing but net.
Warner has clearly had the better half here, and to go down maybe by a couple points at halftime would be huge if you're on the Knights coaching staff.
I agree. Rohrbach's second shot is good, and they've cut it to a single possession game here now.
Yeah, Rohrbach's first 2 points of the night. They might need her to knock down a couple threes the way they've been playing defense, the Monarchs, so good to see a couple free throws go there.
And Hannah Miller has checked out, so she is not going to pick
Yeah,
up that
Mallory
third,
Miller, yeah.
Mallory,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yep.
She's not going to pick up that 3rd foul for sure, but Rohrbach picks up a foul, and that'll be the Knights' 7th team foul, and that'll put Warner on the line for a bonus.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a silly foul there. You have her kind of trapped, and you'd love to get a trap, where she's at kind of in that deep corner. Yeah.
Deep in the shot clock, too.
Absolutely. That's just – and she made her pay. Kyra Marcuson with the first one. Big 49 seconds here.
I think it's Marcuson.
Is it Marcuson? What did I say, Marcuson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've said that. Like I think I've
That's
switched it up almost every other
yeah,
time.
that's a European accent there.
Well, you know, I do have a pretty good European accent. Are they going to get Grace Kaiser? They looked like Ava Nielsen got her in the back.
That second shot was missed, and Warner will pick up a foul. This will be a 2-shot foul.
Double bonus.
And that shot's off. Well, the Knights haven't shot terribly from the free throw line, but nowhere near what you want to be when you're in postseason play.
Well, this could be really best case scenario. You know, if she gets this one to go, and Knights get a defensive stop, they might be able to go in the hold for one and keep Mallory on the bench here.
Kaiser's second shot's good. We're back to a 3-point game. And a shot, 45 seconds, so each team is going to get one shot here. Warner quickly to the hole, and they score quickly.
Yeah, they didn't waste any time there, and I wonder if maybe they had to do with not wanting the Knights to take one shot. You know, there is a little bit of a differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
So the Knights have crawled back to within 5. We'll see what happens here to close this out.
Oh, nice backside to Kaiser. Oh, why'd she take that dribble?
Her shot's blocked. And Warner will be able to go for the last shot.
Oh, Hannah stepping in front of the passing lane. Oh, my goodness. Is he going to sub Mallory Miller back in here? What do you think you would do? I mean, you know, you're on offense, but you got to be careful.
Let's just wait 10 seconds.
Doesn't look like he's going to.
Knights are down 5. 10 seconds left.
Boy, that was a great pass to Grace Kaiser there, but she just took all day
dribble.
there. Yeah.
She took a dribble and didn't need to.
Yep.
And she's had a couple shots blocked here.
Yeah, she has. Ava Nielsen, I think, has 3 blocks.
Rohrbach's going to set up for a 3. It's off.
She must have got blocked, maybe?
And the quarter's going to end with nothing there. That shot's off, and ball goes out of bounds. So end this first half. Knights clawed back a little ways, and they trail 24-19 in this region advancing game.
Yeah,
what do you call it?
This is the Region 2B second round, I believe, is all it is. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll take a break as we go through this halftime, and we'll be back on the other side.
Sports are losing out to hype. Who dissed who? Who signed the fattest contract? Who got busted for cheating? Lost 2 is the unique capacity sports have to inspire us, to unite us. Well, great news, sports fans. Sports are still being played for the right reasons. They're still as entertaining as they are character building. You just have to know where to find it. And you only have to look as far as your local South Dakota high school. You know, the place where the games are exciting, concessions are affordable, and the parking is free. Where the emphasis is on hustle and heart instead of hype. If you prefer real, honest-to-goodness sport played for all the right reasons, you'll find it at your hometown high school. High school sports. Games are being played this weekend at a South Dakota high school near you. Okay, everybody, who's in?
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
How do you define strength? Is it physical? Or is it mental? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's whatever empowers a person to dig deeper, fight harder, and overcome obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. Discover how much stronger and more confident your children can be. Encourage them to participate in a sport when they go to high school.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We're back to the start of this second half between Aberdeen Christian and Warner. Warner with a 24-19 lead, and it'll be their ball as we start the third quarter. They've definitely held momentum, Matt.
Yeah, they have. They really good half there. Probably one of the best that Warner's had, this season, I'm sure. They've earned that 5-point lead, but see if many adjustments are made.
There's a three. They haven't shot the ball well lately.
No, they had three threes kind of right around that first quarter and then early in the second, but haven't really made much sense. So credit the Knights for getting out on some of the shooters.
Knights really need to find some offense here.
They do.
Like that, they turn it over.
A little miscommunication, it looks like, for the Knights there, but I want to credit Cameron Anderson. She's really done a nice job on Mallory Miller tonight. She's battling and winning position. Here's that
Pass
little
inside, tipped and taken away by Miller. And Knights will bring up the floor. So far we've had 3 possessions and 3 turnovers to start this second half.
Turn the corner here. Hannah gets right to that free throw line. That's okay. Yeah,
really trying to establish position in his.
They're just having no luck getting Mallory the ball, are they? There she is right there.
There's a nice little play. Rohrbach drives the baseline, kicks it to Miller out at the free throw line, and her shot rattles home. And
really good relocation there from Mallory. She was sitting on the left block, but she relocated kind of to that right elbow area.
Yeah, if she's not getting it in that double team, you just got to keep moving.
Yeah, she's just got to keep moving, and that's her and the team. They got to keep that ball moving, and if she can get it, great. If not, there should be open on the backside.
Warner's third possession finally results in a bucket there, and they answer right back.
Yeah, Kyra Markuson. The Markuson sisters have really had a nice game so far.
And a little token pressure. Pass ahead quickly to Miller. Kind of a wild shot. She's missed, but Kaiser's on the backside. She cleans it up, and she's fouled.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Mallory saw Grace there, but Grace was wide open on the right block for a second. Got the board, though, and she's got fouled. Ava Nielsen picks up her second.
Warner had more than 10 fouls that first half, but they also are playing about 9 or 10 kids.
They are. They have really rotated.
I don't think anybody's really in foul trouble.
No.
Kaiser's first shot is good. Draws the Knights to 4. Her second one rolls off, but Bosma's going to lose it out of bounds, I guess, and it'll go back to the Monarchs.
Yeah, you got to think Kaylee Block's ankle's really been bothering her because we've seen a lot of Chloe Bosma here tonight. I think they're going to want to try to fight her the opposite block of Mallory Miller because they've been kind of looking for someone to be aggressive on that opposite block.
Kaiser's had several great looks there, but
she
hasn't converted.
No.
Miller cleans it up, and she's dribbling it up herself.
Pushing the tempo
all
here.
The way, and her shot's blocked out of bounds, so it'll be Knights ball underneath.
Now that's a little bit nerve-wracking here. Someone can step in front of her and get that third foul with the charge.
See
so
if the Knights can't run something out of bounds, and
pick
they
that
do.
Picker, yeah. We saw that with Hannah Miller in the first half. There's Grace Kaiser.
They'll pick the picker playing that second person as the picker's open on the backside, and Kaiser scores, and the Knights are within 2.
They're within 2 years, so they weathered the storm of the first half so far, but there's a long ways to go.
And the ball's tipped away.
Good hands by
Miller's
Hannah.
Gonna steal it.
Oh.
And it goes right back to him.
Had Rohrbach, just couldn't get it over the outstretched arms of, was that Peyton Fisher?
Yes. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe it was 33 Peyton Fisher, I believe, with the.
My ancient eyes and the small print of the program, I can't read it.
It is a little dark up here in the nest, isn't it?
And
that's
the Monarchs are going to turn it over
back here, I believe, yep.
Knights will have a chance to tie the or take
and
the
we're
lead with the
finally hearing the Knight fans here tonight. Boy, they have been quiet. They have not really said a word or clapped or anything all tonight, so a little juice there.
Boys basketball teams down in the front row of the crowd here, and maybe they can be some energy givers here tonight.
Turn the corner here.
Rohrbach drives.
With
Her
the
shot,
floater.
little floater is up and in, and their score is tied at 26.
Yeah, tie ball game here.
And the crowd's starting to
There
come
we
to
go.
life here on the Knights side.
Yeah, I don't know what Coach Rohrbach said in the locker room, but so far, good start to the third quarter for the Christian Knight girls.
Warner's had 4 possessions and turned it over on 3 of those.
Ooh, almost got that one to go. Markuson.
And the Knights will have a chance to take the lead. We're tied at 26. 4.5 minutes into this third quarter.
Oh,
And
nice
pass over
find.
the top to Kaiser.
Oh,
Her
my
shot
goodness.
is missed. That's about the third one like that for Kaiser.
Goodness. Hannah with
Hannah
another
Miller
steal.
with another steal. Here we go, 3 on 2.
Little Euro step here. Yep, there it is.
And her shot is missed. Boy, missed opportunities for the Knights.
Mallory's got to be careful. That just looked like
Oh, it looked like it was coming, and she did.
if she didn't get rid of that ball, I could have sworn.
And now
Mallory.
it's 2 on 1 on the other end, and the Monarchs clean up a miss and will score.
How many times do you see layup missed on one end and then you get a layup on the other end?
Boy, that was a huge missed opportunity for the Knights.
2 of them.
Had a chance to take the lead.
Yep, Grace had a chance, Hannah had a chance, and then I believe Cameron Anderson scores on the other end.
Monarchs have a 2-point lead. Coach Boley calls a 30-second timeout.
What a start to the third quarter.
It's kind of been a turnover mess
It
for
really
the Monarchs.
has, yeah. Just
so far, but they scored to regain control here right at the end of the.
well, where the Knights have had success is kind of the opposite block of Mallory Miller, and where the Monarchs have had success is that third guard. You know, Grace Kaiser and Rohrbach, they've been chasing around Nielsen and Kyra Markusen. So Laura Markusen's really gotten a lot of the ball handling responsibilities for Warner, and so it'd be interesting to see which one wins out.
You are so right. That backside has been wide open and ripe for the taking.
And how many missed layups have we seen?
And they just have not converted or had the shot, kind of slow with it. And But again, Knights have stayed in it, and they're right back in it here. Just down 2.
Little zone
to tie
here
or
from
take
the
the lead.
Monarchs.
Pass inside to Miller over the top, and she's going to draw a foul and go to the line for 2. Had a chance to score through contact there, but she's fouled.
Yeah, I love that little half attack that Chloe Bosma just had. They got a little rotation with the ball on zone offense, and she kind of took that space, and they had to step up, and she found Mallory Miller on the backside.
Miller's first shot rattles off. Knights have not shot the free throw very well tonight.
No, they have not. They've
probably in that 50% ballpark.
Yeah, she missed them both.
She misses them both, but Kaiser's going to pick up a foul over the top.
Yeah, it looked like she kind of pushed her down. It looked like is that 33 Peyton Fisher was going to jump for it, and Grace just kind of had her hands on her shoulders. That's only her first.
Monarchs with a chance to take that lead back to what they had at halftime. They're only leading by 2 here.
Yeah, a little zone here from the Knights.
Little
And
jump
there's Rohrbach
pressure.
back.
Joy Rohrbach's going to take it away and go all the way in for a layup and tie the score. Nice awareness there by Joy Rohrbach, seeing the back. Her back was turned, and she came from behind and picked it.
Yeah, a little 1-2-2 here from the Knights. So, I don't know. Warner's kind of looking for answers. I wonder if Bowies might have to get another timeout in, but they get rid of it.
Boy,
they're trapping it hard right now.
They crossed the line with 26 seconds, too.
Yeah.
That was close.
And there's another trap for
Miller's going to get fouled. That's Warner's 13th foul already. We'll have to keep an eye on that foul situation as we go.
Really unlucky for the Monarchs. They had a great trap there on Hannah Miller, just a little too greedy with the arms, it looks like, and that's the third on Kyra Markusen. I've said it both ways all night.
That's all right. I'll pick you up on that.
I like it.
You pick me up on everything else.
Quick
There's
one from
quick three from Miller.
Got to be careful.
I think Warner's going to turn it over here. Nope. They are.
Boy, this is sloppy with a capital S right now. Oh, my goodness.
Sloppy
both
on
teams.
both sides.
I mean, the Knights are just missing that final piece. It's there, and they just keep kind of tipping it away.
Coach Rohrbach's going to take a full timeout, so we'll take a minute break here. Be back in a minute.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom.
Are you worried how 2020 is impacting?
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in South Dakota for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Well, coming out of that timeout, score is tied, 28-28. Both coaches have made adjustments every time they've had a timeout.
They have, and this
something radically different has happened. Miller swipes it away.
This little trapping that the Knights have started here in this late in this third quarter has really worked so far.
Has really been effective.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And the Knights are just so sloppy with the ball here.
This is wild.
Somebody needs to step up and manage this game.
Boy, I mean, I know I talked about it in the second quarter, but I am getting so Waverly South Shore boys vibes from this game. Last year, the Aberdeen Christian boys played.
The momentum
nice
is starting to kind of change to the Knights.
But they can't capitalize on that momentum.
Can't take the lead here.
No. They haven't had the lead all game, have they?
No. And Warner turns it over again.
Both teams.
Neither team wants to win this game.
I'm glad we're not keeping track of turnovers up here because I think we'd be scared at the total.
Yeah, it's been terrible.
Oh, had handoff.
Drives the baseline, tries to go inside to Miller, but her pass is stolen away, and we have another turnover.
Yeah, Knights missed 2 passes there. They had Hannah and Mallory and just couldn't get them the ball. Yeah, I think so. Hannah Miller's going to get a foul. Peyton Fisher trying to catch it at the right elbow.
Hannah Miller will pick up a foul. That'll be her second. Knights really not in foul trouble.
I don't think neither team really is.
Mallory had 2 early in the first quarter. We were keeping an eye on that, but we're kind of at a point where 2 isn't really foul trouble.
Right. Well, Kyra Markson does have 3 for Warner.
Boy, Knights are sleeping on that inbounds play.
Yeah. Cameron Anderson mauled them to sleep and gets the 2 to go. And they are going to maintain that lead. Knights have not taken it all night long.
Boy, and the Knights will turn it over again. No. Yep.
Boy, Mallory just looks a little bit out of sync right now, doesn't she?
Yep.
You know, she's faced pressure all year, but she's always kind of found a way to make it work, find spots, and she's going to check out of this ball game here with 1:16 to go in this third quarter.
Now here we are again. We've several times in the game we said this is a big possession.
Yeah.
Where momentum could change either way, and it always has.
Yep, it has.
So it's a chance for the Warner to
nice job on the backside there. Good rotation from Rohrbach and Holt.
Joy Rohrbach steps in and grabs the ball and then ends up with a tie-up, and the possession arrow is in the Knights' favor, so they will take over here with a chance to tie or take the lead.
You know, I'm going to call a shot here. I think Chloe Holt's going to hit a 3 here before this third quarter is done. She's shot the ball well from 3 this year, and the way that Monarchs have been playing defense, she might get a look.
There she is.
Oh.
Instead, Miller will take a
Miller's
3.
Gonna hit
nothing but net. Finally, a 3 by the Knights, and they'll take their first lead, I think.
First lead and first 3. How about that?
31-30.
Nice possession there. Big shot from Hannah Miller.
How are the Monarchs going to respond? Here we go. We're right back to this possession-by-possession game.
Ava Nielsen
with a 3 of their own.
That's her 3rd.
Boy, nobody could do anything, and just like that, we have back-to-back threes.
Who said they've been turning the ball over? Both teams with good offensive possession to end this third quarter.
Knights can play for 1 here. They're inside 15 seconds, trailing by 2 now.
Yeah, 10 seconds left here. Rohrbach going to the baseline on the right side. Hannah another
Miller, second
three. Another one
from 22 feet out.
Woo! Onions.
Knights are going to go into the fourth quarter leading by 1.
Holy cow.
34-33.
They scored 15 in that third.
Crazy finish. We just were going back and forth talking about turnovers. And 9 points scored in those last 15, 20 seconds.
Well, I mean, it's just so wild, too. You know, Mallory Miller goes to the bench, and
Yeah.
and their zone offense comes to life.
Yeah.
How about that? Gal, 2 huge threes from Hannah Miller there, and Ava Nilsson hitting a big one in the right corner down here.
That's got to bring some confidence to,
yeah,
to the Knights squad. The threes can really change momentum.
Yeah, this is honestly, this is kind of how we expected it to go. Postseason games are always more tight.
Honestly, this is about as excited as I've seen you all year, Matt. You're leaning forward in your seat, ready to rock.
Well, I'm only leaning forward in my seat because my eyes are so bad. I got to lean forward to get as much, get as close to the court as I can.
That's because you're so small you can't see over the table. You got to lean forward.
I'm pretty soon I'll have to start standing up here.
Well, they definitely had a momentum change.
Yeah.
It's going to be Monarchs ball again starting this quarter, but they trail for the first time. Starting a quarter off here, for the first time they trail 34-33. Knights coming off of 2 big threes by Hannah Miller.
Yeah,
we'll see how they respond.
It was 24-19 at halftime, I believe. So Knights won that quarter 15-9. And they're trying to set up that little back cut for Ava Nilsson, but Hannah Miller was ready for it. Yeah, we got a little crowd chanting here on the Knights side.
There's a wild shot, but she draws some contact.
Chloe Holt was a little late on that rotation. They're going to get her with 2 hands, and Kyra Marcuson, who just checked into the ball game.
Oh, my
goodness.
The line for 2.
I wonder how many times I've done that tonight.
I don't know.
What if I'm right? What if I know it is Marcuson, but what if they're like, you know what, I like Marcuson better. Maybe we'll change it.
That's not going to happen.
No, that's not, is it?
Hannah Miller will pick up, or Mallory Miller will pick up that missed free throw, and we have a tie game.
There's that little back cut for Chloe. Oh, pass back to Hannah.
Hannah's on fire. We'll see what she can do here.
There she is. A little pep in her step here.
The senior, can she take this team the rest of the way on her own?
Yeah, they kind of needed someone to get hot, and maybe it's Hannah Miller to kind of lead this team to the Sodak 16.
Score's tied 34, 7:15 left in the game. Little gamble there, but Mallory cleans up the miss. And here we go, 2-on-2. Rohrbach quickly ahead.
Here's Chloe Holt.
There's Hannah.
Oh, nice spin move
Not
there.
Gonna settle for the 3, and she drives, and she's just kind of taking this on her back right now.
She has. There's so much space because there's Mallory Miller's getting so much attention. These really a lot of driving lanes. Good take there from Hannah Miller.
She's got a chance to break this tie as she'll step to the line for 2. First one rattles in.
Chloe Holt's going to get a break. In comes Kaiser.
Holt's played well.
Yeah.
In a role position here tonight.
I thought I was going to – I called my shot. I thought she was going to hit us a 3.
You just called the wrong name.
I did. I think Hannah Miller stole both of them from her. So
Knights off to a 2-point lead, 36-34. Coach Boley's going to take a 30. And we'll stay here. It's going to be Warner ball on this side. They're trailing by 2. This is a little different, momentum changed. Things have kind of been going the Knights' way this last few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought Coach Boley was, call a timeout there and drop a play, but I'm looking at him right now. He doesn't have a board in his hand, so maybe just a little bit of this is what you need to do defensively. Keep timeout here for Coach Boley.
We said this earlier, but every time a coach has called timeout, the other coach has made some radical adjustment and thrown some different kind of pressure or different kind of defense and has changed everything.
Honestly, I really thought they were going to call timeout and get Ava Nielsen for a 3. I mean, she's hit three in this game.
Maybe they do. Maybe they have a play that they run all the time, and they needed the ball right there.
Yeah, that could be. We'll see here, but here's Ava Nielsen at the top right now.
Knights are back in man-to-man here.
Actually, it does kind of look like they're setting something up here, so Ava going to come off a double. Yeah, kind of a little double here, but Knights switch it. Got Cameron Anderson down low on Mallory Miller if they want it.
Miller's able to play behind with her height.
There it is right there.
And they turn it over.
Oh, my goodness.
Right back inside.
Oh, my goodness.
Monarchs are going to score on
What
that.
a change of events right there.
That was in the Knights' hands, and they just didn't pick it up cleanly.
Yeah, both Millers couldn't decide who wanted the steal, and instead they give it right back to Cameron Anderson.
And we're back to a tie game here. Kind of what you'd like to see in postseason.
Absolutely. Tight games
fight
here.
Your way through.
That's going to stay here. They got to be aggressive on that backside. It's still open. They're still in that 1-2-2 zone, as is Warner.
It's just been tough for Mallory to get set up inside here tonight.
It is, honestly. I think her best asset this game is just to be a decoy. And it's, as hard as that is sometimes.
Her shot's missed from about 10, 12 feet out, but Kaiser picks up another rebound and is fouled, and she'll go for 2. I think you're right.
I have kind of wonder if you can maybe put Hannah Miller on the opposite block, just because you might be able to lob it to her if they're all going to go with Mallory, but that's easier said than done, obviously.
Kaiser's first shot is good.
Big free throw there. I mean, every point right now down the stretch is going to be important.
We're in just a hair over 6 minutes left in this contest. Knights have 3 timeouts left. Warner has 2. I would not be one bit surprised if we see all 5 of those called.
No, they're definitely going to be called.
6 minutes here.
I mean,
if it stays close.
I can see the hair falling off of Boley and Coach Rohrbach's head.
Well, Coach Boley has already lost his with his multiple state tournament titles that he has.
That's right. Rohrbach on Nielsen here. A little bit of an adjustment here in the second half.
And Knights
that's twice now.
Just about picking it up again.
Here's Anderson on Miller. I wondered, she kind of lost her defensive positioning there and then swiped down. That's going to be Mallory Miller's 3rd.
Mallory will pick up her 3rd, and that's
could be big. I mean, it could be.
Could be a free throw contest the rest of the way here.
Anderson off on the first. God, Knights just got to capitalize on some of these steal opportunities. I mean, they'd be up 4 now if they would have stole that ball a couple possessions ago. Anderson gets the second one to go.
Block with her ankle. Looks like she's kind of camped out on the bench for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's just
she gave it what she
for
could,
her.
but
She
just
did.
not 100%.
Right. And with how quick Warner has rotated and played. Oh, Miller.
And a Miller for 3, but it's off. Kaiser will clean it up.
Nice
and the
job.
Knights will retain possession.
Got Mallory for a second.
Oh,
on the
pass across
backside.
the top. Kaiser's there, but
yeah, good hustle there.
Missed. And the Monarchs will take over.
Mallory had a seal for a second, but Joy found Kaiser on the opposite side, just left it short.
They almost aren't even looking at Miller. They're looking at the backside. It's so
a little bit,
so
honestly.
Covered up.
It's so covered up, and Mallory just hasn't had any good defensive or offensive positioning tonight.
Neither team is playing very crisp and clean with the ball here tonight.
No, the pressure's gotten to everybody a little bit here.
There's a 3 from top of the key that just barely touches the rim.
But those
We're
are
going to
tough
have
to
a
rebound.
jump ball, and the Knights are going to take over.
Those are tough to rebound.
I thought that shot was going to be good. She was wide open.
Yeah, I mean, she's hasn't had many threes, shot many threes tonight, but she's sure hit 3. So Knights fortunate dodge a bullet there.
Well, Knights have a chance to extend this 1-point lead, and just as we predicted, Coach Rohrbach is going to use one of those 3 timeouts here with 4:47 left.
And more than likely, we got 4 more timeouts to go.
This is just a 30, so we'll stay here.
Coach Rohrbach does have his board with him, so I would expect some type of play here for maybe Mallory, maybe get Mallory a 3.
Oh, I think they're going to dribble, penetrate, kick to the backside for an easy layup.
I mean, it's there. It's there. Just take your pick on who you want to put over there, honestly.
We've got a pretty good crowd here for all things considered. This is a
nice. Some of Britton Heckler stayed around, and Ron Colley's got a decent section over here on our right.
Christian has a pretty good crowd.
Webster's not too bad of a venue, but, I mean, it's hard to beat the Civic Arena in Aberdeen.
I agree.
Well, let's see what happens here. Looks like Warner's going to stay in their kind of zone-ish man defense that they ran almost all game. Yeah, they try to get Mallory on the opposite side, just kind of covered up. Getting a ball reversal here as the Knights skip backside.
Rohrbach's open for 3.
Pump fakes, lets her
pump
go flying, and she hits it.
She drills it for 3, man.
Woo! Yeah, she kind of let Kyra Marcuson just go right by her, and she gathered herself and hit the 3. That's a big shot here.
Nothing but net. Warner with a wild shot. Mallory will clean it up. Joy Rohrbach quickly ahead, 2-on-2, all the way to the rack.
Left it
and her
short.
Shot's a little bit short. Warner will clean it up and bring it back the other way. Knights lead by 4 here with 4 minutes left exactly in this contest.
Here's Marcuson on the left
Marcuson
corner.
for 3.
Oh my gosh, Kyra.
Makes it a 1-point game. Boy, we've saved the best for last.
I think so. Back to back.
Boy, that's too bad. The Knights couldn't have scored on that.
Yeah, Yeah, they kind of left. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, if they would have scored that layup on the other end, that would have
extended that lead to multiple possession game. Instead, we're right here. Knights lead 41-40. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. Running an inbounds play right here. We'll see what they can.
Yep, they found Mallory. Right back to Rohrbach. Here's Kaiser.
Boy, we have seen very little 3 action from the Knights.
Yep.
Till the end of the third and the fourth, and have hit some big ones here.
Might have another try here.
Got another one.
Almost the same spot,
up.
left it short.
And Monarchs will have a chance to take the lead here with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left.
I think they're going to get Joy reaching in and hitting her on the arm. Oh, no, they called it underneath. So, I believe, right? They called that underneath, did they not?
No, they called it.
Oh, they did call it too. I thought he pointed underneath the basket.
Well, Monarchs have 2 chances here to tie the game or take the lead, and the first shot's off.
Yeah, I mean, the last couple shots here kind of been Rohrbach and Marcuson. Rohrbach hits the 3, Marcuson hits the 3 right back.
Marcuson.
Yeah, I got it right that time. Hard, they get the board.
Both shots
Nielsen.
are missed, but Nielsen cleans up the rebound.
Boy.
Her shot's almost blocked by Miller.
Every time I see Mallory just up there swatting, you're just holding your breath.
She really swung at that one.
Yeah.
We end up with a jump ball, and the possession arrow is for the for the Monarchs, so they'll inbounce under the basket. That might be something to keep our eye on. That possession arrow will swing for the Knights here.
Yeah, that's very true.
This next one.
It always seems to make a big deal, right around that 1 minute mark. Who has the jump ball?
Boy, the Knights wall up well there and stop penetration. Inside 15 seconds on the shot clock. And the game's getting called a little tighter here as we go.
Yeah, Joy tried to switch on to her. She's going to pick up her third. Going to get her with an arm bar, it looks like.
Pick up another one. That gives the Knights 16 fouls, Warner with 5. So Warner will be in the bonus the rest of the way. 2:50 left in this contest. With that foul, we'll get a new shot clock here.
Amon for 3.
Amon for 3, and her shot's off.
I thought it might bank in. It looked like it was pretty long.
Miller will clean up here. And Coach Rohrbach will take another 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here. Knights lead 41-40. Joy's got 3.
Yep, she's got 3. Mallory's got
3.
Hannah's got 2, and that's about it for the Knights foul-wise, but boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So, winner of this game, right now, if the Knights win it, the projections are that they would play Centerville.
Yeah, Centerville.
Which would probably be in the vicinity of the Huron Arena or somewhere in that way. And if Warner would win, they might have to play Roncalli.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really look, but I mean, it's kind of funny. The whole state is waiting for this game to see what the Sodak 16 is going to look like because we had the cancellation on Tuesday. So this is the last game to be played.
That's probably why this Roncalli group has stuck around because this might be who they're matched up against.
It very well could be.
Warner would win. Congratulations, you get to play Roncalli.
Had Grace alone.
Miller's wide open inside, but she kicks it out to
other
Rohrbach,
side.
Shots
That
just
looked
rims
good.
out, but the Knights are going to clean it up.
Yeah, they did.
And
Nice job, Hannah Miller.
possession here.
That looked good from here. I thought that was
panic.
going in.
Yeah, no need to panic. Rohrbach's missed her last 2 threes after making that earlier one. There's the backside.
There's that
wide
backside.
open to Kaiser, but she's going to be a little hesitant. She's struggled in that backside tonight.
Still a lot of time here on the shot clock. And there is the 6th foul on Warner. Marcuson's going to pick up her 4th.
Marcuson picks up her 4th.
Or that is her 5th. Wow, that is big. She's had a really good basketball game. Kyra Marcuson.
And with her exit, there's no way we can mispronounce her name again.
That's not true because her sister's still playing.
Oh, my word.
Number 30. Lauren.
She's had a good game.
I thought she only had 4 fouls. I did not realize that she
That's a tough foul, a little bump foul. You hate to see that.
Yeah, that's too bad. That's a big loss. She's had the hot hand this whole game.
Well, the Knights will inbounds. The fresh shot clock, 2 minutes left. They have a 1-point lead right now.
Yeah, you want nothing but a layup here if you're the Knights. Got her on the backside. Yeah, hit the rim, I was going to say.
Hit the rim, but
shot
Miller
clock
resets.
resets.
Possession.
Oh, my
Her
goodness.
shot's wild to Bosma. Miller's going to set up for a long 2.
Oh,
That's
my
off,
goodness.
But Knights retain possession.
Oh, my goodness.
They'll dribble out and work the shot clock again.
Both coaches just holding their breath. Coach Rohrbach definitely not wanting them to shoot, and Bully's like, rebound. Holy cow.
Boy, the misses they've really caromed wildly. So
yeah, they have.
To the Monarchs' credit, it's been tough.
Nice
There's
find.
a nice pass inside to Miller, and she's fouled and will go to the line for 2.
They're going to get Cameron Anderson. I think she grabbed her arm before she got ball there. Coach Bully obviously beside himself on the baseline there. That's a tough one. Tough to look. It's tough to see up here whether or not that was a foul or not.
Hannah Miller found her sister driving down the middle, and chance to extend this 1-point lead.
That's a big free throw right there. Big free throw.
But with the 3-point shot, it's still only a 1 point or a 1 possession lead if you make them both, which she does.
Yep.
Knights go up 3, 1:25 left. We're down to just a couple possessions left here.
Huge free throws there from Mallory. She's only got 7 points on the night, but 2 of the biggest points of the night so far.
And
the
the
steal.
Monarchs turn it over. Hannah Miller with a big steal. Her long arms just pull that out of the sky.
No kidding. They're going to have to extend this a little bit.
Monarchs might have to foul here if they find.
Got her, yep.
They found Kaiser on the backside. She kind of hesitated.
I don't think she knew if she was supposed to shoot or not.
And I think they were thinking 1 shot maybe in that possession.
Yeah.
And she hesitated, but she's fouled, so she'll go to the line. This game could be won at the free throw line tonight. Her shot
rattles in. Wow. I thought that was short. That did not look good from here.
Knights are up by 4 right now. They're slow. That's the biggest lead they've had tonight. Second one rattles off.
Bosma. Oh,
Bosma
my goodness. That would have been a huge board.
Lost it out of bounds. Boy, a lot of action down on this Christian end. They really controlled it.
Holy good.
But it's still anybody's game.
It is.
4-point lead here.
Well,
1 minute.
Guy, you got to think Ava Nielsen's going to be in attack mode here. She's been a little quiet since her, since her 3 threes, but I don't know. She's right there on the right wing. Timeout.
Coach Bully's going to call a timeout here. He has got 1 left after this. Each team has 1 timeout. This is a full timeout. Knights have a 4-point lead. They've crawled back, Matt.
This is it's been interesting, hasn't it?
It really has.
I don't know what you even.
Neither team has played sharp and kind of played with some pressure.
Well, I mean, Warner went into the half with 24 points it was, and they only have 16 here, in the 3rd and 4th combined so far.
Really the difference down on the end, the defensive end for Christian has been Hannah Miller's long runs.
It has.
She's
got to
really
have 6 steals.
Has gotten several steals and deflections and several times.
Right.
And the Knights should have stolen the ball and just didn't come up with it.
Yep.
And she's really been the difference maker, I think.
Well, and I'm looking at the scoreboard right now. I mean, how many times do you see Mallory Miller be the 4th leading scorer on the Knights squad? I mean, that just doesn't happen very often. Kaiser's got 12. And Miller's got 12. Hannah Miller, that is.
Hannah made those 2 threes in the end of the 3rd quarter, and her defense really has been the difference here.
Those 2 threes were kind of the jump starter for this Knights team.
But Monarchs are taking it out on the side, and they've got a set play called here. They got the old line up.
It's got to be for Nielsen or Marcus, then, I would think.
I thought they might throw the alley-oop over the top for a dunk there, but they didn't.
Oh, it's Ava. Oh, my gosh, what a shot.
Runner banks in from about 12 feet out.
Oh, my goodness.
And they're going to foul right now.
Yeah, they
And they're going to send Joy Rohrbach to the line for a 1-and-1. We're inside a minute. We're at 37.4 seconds left. Knights lead by 2.
What a shot.
Really have a chance to win this game from the free throw line right now.
Oh, my goodness, what a shot. That Grace Kaiser was draped all over her.
Rohrbach's first one is up and in,
Wow.
nothing but net. Like she does that every day 100 times, I think.
Yeah, cool, calm, and collected. Rohrbach with their 10th point. That was big.
Second
Hard.
one is going to be hard, but it rattles in.
It looked like it was
It
going to
looked
be
hard
hard
from
up
our
here.
vantage point. Yeah, it did.
Gets them both to go, and Nielsen's going to have to be aggressive again, I would think.
33 seconds left as the Monarchs set up this half-court offense. Nobody's really in foul trouble right now. We're drive to the hole.
Oh, my goodness. Peyton
Monarchs
Fisher.
scored. Make it a 2-point game, and Coach Bully's going to use that last timeout here right now to set something up. He's got a full timeout.
Boy, I think that really just took the Knights by surprise. I do not think they were expecting her to turn the corner.
They weren't expecting her to go hard to the hole. We'll take a minute break here and be back.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades. To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Well, we're going to come out of a timeout here. It's going to be Aberdeen Christian ball on the baseline. The baseline's open to run. What's the Monarchs going to draw up, Matt? Are you going to foul right away, or are you going to go for a steal here?
Honestly,
out of a trap?
Boy, and that's tough. I think you almost have to go for a steal first. I mean, you're putting them to the line with, they're going to have 2 shots for sure. And the Knights have not really taken care of the ball tonight very well. So I would say you at least want to give it about 5 seconds. If you don't get a steal within 5 seconds, yeah, you gotta foul quick.
They're set up in that 1-4 line.
They are.
Where you send somebody deep, possibly.
Oh, Knights did not. Okay, wow.
And they're going to pick up a foul.
Wow, that's big because the Knights were really conjumbled there. Is that a word? Conjumbled?
Yes. Bojangled.
Bojangled, there we go.
Rohrbach made her last 2. She'll step to the line for
sure. Got to get one here.
2-shot stand here. First one is
wow.
It looked short from here, but it was nothing but net.
Yeah, she kind of short-armed it a little bit, but nothing but net again.
And Warner's subbing offense for defense, defense for offense here on that. Christian is up by 3, so a make here will almost put it away.
Oh, boy. 4 for 4 here in the last 30 seconds for Rohrbach. Those are
well, the Monarchs just scored quickly their last 2 possessions. We'll see what they can dial up here. And the ball's loose.
On the floor.
Bosma
that
goes,
jump ball you were talking
goes
about.
To it and picks it up,
matter.
and Coach Rohrbach uses his timeout. It's going to be Knights ball.
Didn't even matter. I thought we were going to get that jump ball you were talking about, but we got the timeout.
Boy, Coach Rohrbach was right there. As soon as Bosma got possession of it, he called timeout.
Yep.
And neither coach has a timeout.
Wow.
Anymore. So I said they were going to use all 5 of them, and they did.
We just predict the future up here is what we do.
Well, no one knows basketball more than you, Matt. I said that earlier.
Oh, it's been a good game to call. We weren't sure what we were going to get.
We started so slow.
Yeah.
No offense.
No
offense, and then the Knights kind of came alive with 3 threes there from Miller and Rohrbach. And they shot the free throw all well here at the very end.
I mean, to get to the postseason, it really does take a team. And I mean, you look up at the scoreboard right now: 13, 12, 7, and 12 for the Knights. Their top 4 leading scorers. That's big when you could get 4 girls right around double digits.
You know, you said when we first started that, the Knights own a 20-point lead or a 20-point win early in the season over the Monarchs, but you throw all that out.
Oh, you throw it out. Warner came in believing they can win. And they shoot. It looked like they were going to for a while there. But there's still 13 seconds to play here, so they gotta take care of business.
We're gonna get a double screen for Rohrbach, but no, she turns and gets the ball, and she's fouled. And she's gonna go to the line for 2 more. She's made her last 4. Got an excellent opportunity to salt this one away.
Yeah.
It's a 2-possession game, but with that 3-point shot, you really can't be comfortable until you're up 6 or more.
No, that's exactly right.
And her first one is good. She had made 5 in a row.
Yeah, icing it from the free throw line there. That's not easy to do when you're win or go home.
He just standing there calm and collected. And is going to make short 5 in a row. Misses that 6-1, so the Knights have a 5-point lead here.
Well, that's off.
And the Monarchs dribble it off their foot and turn it over. The Knights are going to win this game, it looks like, Matt.
Wow.
5.7 left, 5-point lead. Boy, they fought through a lot of adversity and are going to come back and win this game.
I mean, credit Warner. That was a tremendous basketball game they played, and they have nothing to hang their head about. They looked like a Sodak 16 team tonight, honestly.
And that's a fairly young squad. This Warner
back.
squad's going to be good next year.
That'll be the
Christian
team to beat.
team is a heavily senior-laden team.
Yeah.
Boy, you got to look at Hannah Miller really stepped up.
She did.
That second half and made a lot of plays for the Knights to win this. They're going to have a trophy plaque presentation here to the Aberdeen Christian Knights. This is their second year in a row that they're going to go to the Sodak 16.
Right.
And right now the projections are that the Knights will play Centerville.
Yeah, honestly, a couple, and Mallory, Grace Kaiser putting in 12 points tonight's big. That's, right around the high for her season. So all-around effort here for the Christian Knights.
And no one had a stellar game where they just really stepped up. But fought through for adversity and won. I think we'll probably tune off here as we come to an end. This is Dave Palmer and Matt Rohrbach. We're at the Webster Gym, and Aberdeen Christian will win this game in the region and go on to the Sodak 16. And we want to thank the crew that we work with, Talmadge and Brian Econger, our producer and cameraman. And thanks for listening, and we'll let you go. We'll see you next week.
This activity was brought to you by this station, its advertisers, and the member schools of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. No rebroadcast in whole or in part may be made without the written permission of the South Dakota High School Activities Association.